All right. Let me make sure we are live and on the right video. Hold on. Let me see. Let me see. What's good? If you watching this video, you know what to do. Hit that like button. It says that 95% of people that watch my videos ain't subscribed, so we gotta make sure we subscribing. We're gonna talk about NBA YoungBoy and him basically coming home on house arrest and why rappers cannot stay out of the streets. I mean, we all hear about, Lil Durk. We hear about, King Von, Quando Rondo, like all these rappers who end up locked up. We hear about 6ix9ine. And I remember somebody, I think it was DJ Ghost, he said, rap music is the only place where you get these multimillionaires beefing with each other, threatening each other, talking about what they'll do, sliding on each other and all that. And it's like, you won't, he said you won't catch Steve Jobs and Mark Zuckerberg saying they're going to slide on somebody. You know what I mean? So basically, I think that was an important part. Obviously, Steve Jobs is not with us no more. But the point is that when it comes to rappers, why when these guys get these multi-million dollar, record deals, why can't they stay out the streets? Why do they get, locked up? Why do they, like, Lil Durk was on camera literally getting into a shootout. You know what I mean? Like, in traffic, in Chicago. And I'm going to talk about why. So if you want to know, stick around. Make sure you like this video if you're watching. Shout out to my grandparent in the comment. What's good? What's up? All right, let's see. Lil Durk net worth, I'm about to look it up. So Lil Durk net worth is $3 million, which is good, especially for somebody from the streets, right? Let's see. When you talk about rappers like that, they get they start in the streets. A lot of them fund their careers with, drug money. So that's how they got where they're at. And then once you get, to a certain place in the industry, you really ain't gonna stop. So like I used to think that like, man, if I made it out the streets, I'll be able to take certain people out of the streets with me, and give them a better opportunity instead of slanging. But I had to realize that, man, if that's what people want to do, that's what they gonna do. If I get them opportunities for more money, when they get a chance to get out of this, all they're gonna do is, find other plugs. If we move to LA and we move in the mansion, I move the homies in the mansion, they'll be in the hills trying to, figure out who the plug is in the hood, and that's what I had to learn. And then also these guys still come from gangs. They still come from a life where when they go back to their hood, it's people that was beefing with them. And if you blow up and get to that level, you know what I mean? Like, you think your beef gonna go away? Like, nah, people gonna, they gonna hate on you even more, especially when you rich and stuff. So the people that you was beefing with is gonna multiply. When you blow up like that, that beef gonna multiply. So like, say, NBA YoungBoy, when he rapping about the streets and everything he went through, that's the energy that's out there. You know what I mean? So people will try to test that. Like, all right, let's see if he really about that, And that's why me as a rapper, I try to conduct myself with like saying, yeah, I'm from the streets. Yeah, I've done a lot of stuff. Yeah, I've been through through the pain, through all that. And I talk about like, like, yeah, I'm strapped, whatever, right? But I never try to be the guy that's like, yeah, I do this to so-and-so, You got people like Dirk. They calling out specific artists that they beefing with that's really in the hood that haven't even made it out. You know what I mean? Some of the rappers that they beefing with are still in the streets and they not famous rappers. So, Chicago is notorious for that. So when you talk about NBA YoungBoy, you like, man, this guy probably in Paris eating, with his manager eating croissants, sipping on the finest espressos, right? When it come to me and my family, when we doing that, bro, I ain't got nothing to prove to nobody. And that leads me to another point. I got into an argument with one of Detroit's biggest artists, and it was like a little disagreement. It wasn't really no argument, but he kind of was on some like, I'm street. I ain't got time for no TikToks, bro. Whatever, get out of here. So for him, when you build your career up on what you would do to somebody, how many guys you done, how many bodies you done caught last week, you got to keep up with that. Because when I look at T Grizzly, it wasn't T Grizzly who that happened with. Shout out to T Grizzly, much love to him. But I remember I seen a picture of him that he posted on Instagram, and he was in Paris performing. It was thousands of people, 20,000, 30,000. And the comments was like, yo, you sold out. You not hood no more. And in my head, I'm like, that's the problem. Dude is in Paris. They like, yeah, it's all white people. I'm like, bro, he's in Paris. Like, what do you expect it to be? People from the streets out there. So a lot of these rappers, they blow up off of the street music. So they got to keep that up, because if they drop that persona, then they're gonna lose a lot of their fans. Which the important lesson for me is like, man, always try to stick to who I really want to be known as and what I want to put out in the world. Because the moment you start saying, I'm a thug, I'm a goon, I'll do this, you start going viral for that. People want to see that. I even see that with my TikTok page. I start going viral with my hood stories, telling stories about how I grew up in the trenches. People start saying, yo, you making the city look bad. You making people look bad. You making black people look bad. So I started trying to show more positive stuff. They ain't promote the positive stuff. My page flopped. My views tanked, and I'm still trying to get them back up. And from now on, I learned, like, whatever I believe in, I got to stick with that. If I'm making story times about the streets, I got to stick with that. And obviously show the progression over time. Like I showed I talked about this in the famous Jubilee interview that I did. I said, when you blow up, you got to share the progression. You know what I mean? Like, Jay-Z, when he blew up, he was still talking about, I'm on the corner doing this and that. It's like, bro, you're a billionaire. No, you're not. You're not on the corner. So talk about your new life. Talk about your family. Talk about Beyonce. Talk about Blue. And he did that. So when it comes to a lot of the younger rappers, like, they don't know the business. They don't know how to build a brand. They don't know how to get endorsement deals with, I know how to get endorsement deals with the Five Belows, the Targets. They don't always try to pay a lot of money. But if I had a platform like NBA Youngboy, bro, all the people you love, your mama, your family, move them out. Donate to charities back in your neighborhood. Buy real estate. If you don't know how to do it, get with somebody that do it. But this is what I would do. Buy real estate. When I go back to the hood, like Big Sean in Detroit, you come to the concerts. You do free concerts for the kids and in the schools. But when you do that, you bring security with you. You're not soft for having security, bro. You're a multi-millionaire with $1 million of jewelry on your neck, bro. Don't let people make you feel like Meek Mill said. He realized that he made a mistake when he would drive a Wraith, right? A Wraith. How much? $200,000 car or whatever. Back to Philly to pull up on somebody who said he was whack and soft on Instagram. So imagine that. Imagine me, Trey Little with 1 million followers on TikTok. And I struggle with this a little bit too. Somebody DM me, hey bro, you soft, you ain't really about that life, and then I'm like, oh, let me pull up to your hood. I got 1 million followers and I'm about to go square up. You know what I mean? I got a family, all that. I'm about to go square up with this young punk who ain't got nothing going for himself, who just talking crazy. I'm about to go fight with him, and him and his homies could be hiding with guns and try to shoot me, right? So it's like, a lot of these rappers be young, so they don't really know, like, how to navigate these situations. So, I do my best when I meet certain artists. I don't talk to artists in the streets of Detroit, like, famous rappers. One of them signed under Chief Keef. I told him, like, bro, if you monitor, like, dog, got so many millions of views on YouTube. I'm like, bro, start your own YouTube channel. Talk about your life. He like, man, I just need the money, bro. I'm like, bro, the money on the streets ain't worth it, bro. It's not worth you losing your life. He already got, into a situation where he almost lost his life. I'm like, bro, you signed to the Chief Keef. You was in Atlanta with Gucci. I'm like, yo, bro, keep that up, bro. And he like, man, I just need that quick money. I need that quick money. I'm like, bro, no, you don't. Like, it's not worth it, bro. He ain't want to hear it. But it's like, man, I look at artists like myself who do more rap where I'm not glorifying the stuff that I did, even though I lived through a lot of the stuff. I'm telling people, like, man, you can give back to your community, and I'm talking about the streets, all that. But, it ain't as popular, so it's harder for me. But I'd rather take the slower route and still have my life and build wealth in the long term, because I got assets, got a house, got a family, got stocks. And it's slower. My music ain't as big as the other artists in my city, but I'll rather take it slow. Because when you look at a lot of these other rappers, man, you a multi-millionaire, you got mansions, you got jewelry, and then your life going like that, or you in prison. You look at Melly. Melly locked up in prison and fighting a murder charge for life, bro. Like, bro is like a 20-year-old millionaire. Like, and it's like, how are you when we think millionaires, we think of people on yachts. We think people with, the turtlenecks, the cheap clothes, and they balling or whatever you think a millionaire is, right? You don't think somebody that's locked up in prison for a murder charge. Like, that ain't, when we think of millionaires, that ain't what it's meant to be like. But in the black community specifically, we ain't got a lot of role models, man. That's why I said some of us got to do it. That's why we got to respect the people like the Nas's, the people like the Jay-Z's and all that. Because, man, when we look at, and that's why I respect Meek Mill, because Meek Mill, like, yo, I'm getting too much money. I'm trying to be the next billionaire. You know what I mean? I'm trying to connect with Jay-Z and Kanye. So much respect for somebody like Meek, you know, to not even stoop on that 6ix9ine level and end up locked up, you know, trying to fight and get 6ix9ine, you know, to get him in trouble clout chasing. So yeah, man, when it comes to this stuff, like, that's what these rappers be going through. You know, they got a lot of stuff, post-traumatic stress from the streets. I deal with the same thing. You know, you lost so many homies and it's hard to accept this new life that you live in. So it's like, man, you know, my heart goes out to a lot of these guys. And hopefully, you know, my music get to a level where I can be around these guys and really kick it with them. I know all of them ain't going to take it. But if I can offer any sort of hope in a normal life to any other artists that I meet, you know, so be it. And that's the goal. So thanks for watching this video. Make sure you like and subscribe.